You are Locked On Hornets, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
In a minute, cuz we live.
All right, welcome everyone into another edition of Locked On Hornets Live. I'm Doug Branson. I'm joined by my wonderful co-hosts, David Walker and Walker Mail, the Walker, Texas Ranger. What's going on, guys?
How's it going, guys? Excited to be here once again.
I'm excited.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, I'm going to get some video up here for our video people. There we go. They're going to see this.
The Inception screen?
Yeah, the Inception screen for the first part, and then I can get beautiful James Borrego. By the way, I'm watching Succession now on HBO, and the main character looks like James Borrego. Is this something that you picked up on? Did you make that connection?
Yeah. For sure. That was floated out there a little early on, but yeah, it does kind of share some.
I'm just watching it now, so no spoilers, no Succession on HBO spoilers. How many seasons do I have to go here?
Are they in their third or second? I think they completed their second. I think, right? I don't know what day is it. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I think they did two, and they have not yet completed filming three. So it'll be a while before we get that.
Okay, good.
And you haven't even gotten to the Brian Cox introduction. I mean, he's not even playing a big role yet, so you're in for a treat.
Yeah, I can't. I can do 2 seasons. I can't imagine starting another HBO show that had like 6 seasons. Like I can't imagine starting Sopranos right now. It just seems too daunting. Oof. So I think, but I can do 2 seasons. Anyhow, we are
now,
here.
Does he look more like a character from Succession or Ray Romano? Like, because that was the celebrity lookalike that we always had for him. Which one is which one is the better comparison?
It's beard or no beard, right? I mean, with the beard, it's a little bit Ray Romano. Without the beard, it's definitely the guy from Succession.
All right, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
So anyway, that concludes our video live stream for today. Thanks for watching. No, we are going to watch this thriller that we have pulled up here from this season, November 5th, Hornets versus Pacers. We will start in the second half and go through overtime. We should go ahead and start this video so that we can get through this, all of this game. So if you are watching on the League Pass app, you can sync up to 51, and we will hit play. Are you gentlemen ready?
Ready to go.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play. And we are off. I'm going to turn this audio down just a little bit. There we go. We're good to go. Everybody getting set. Terry Rozier's got the ball, and we are off. Now we begin the second half. 2 teams right now, 3-3, very early in the season. Oh, buffering. Good buffering. Let's see if we can get over this buffering. We are at the mercy now of NBA.com's servers. I'll see if I can fix that.
The tricky part.
This is good. Let's pause here for a moment and just talk about the score right now. 64 to 57. Both teams 3-3. Early in the season, the Hornets really trying to figure each other out, Walker, right? I mean, this was a young team, and a lot of the veterans were not getting, or at least were playing different roles. They wouldn't really significantly reduce the roles until later in the season. But this was a very different team from last season.
Well, yeah, they're 3-3 right now, and this is still when we're on our beginning Hornets high, right? Like they win the game against the Chicago Bulls. PJ Washington goes off for 7 threes. It's not going to be a bust. Okay, the rookie that we drafted is actually good. So exciting moment there. Now we have a 500 record when a lot of pundits were projecting that the Hornets would be the worst team, not bottom 5, not even bottom 3. The worst team in all of the NBA. And here we are coming out of the gates, 6 games in, we're 500, and it looks bad against the Pacers for a while as we would go on. I won't play spoiler in case this is a first time you're watching it or just you forgot and you want to act like you're watching it live. That's fine with me. It's a team that is coming out and outperforming expectations, and so we all are excited, and it is very different. We have Devontae Graham playing pretty well. We have PJ Washington playing pretty well. And so the young guys are actually coming out and outperforming expectations. Now, this is the first time that maybe you could have another chance to beat a good team, right? Like this was the time where, okay, we have 3 wins, but they weren't against really good competition. Here's a chance to do that. Indiana, certainly going to be a playoff team. And we knew that even this early on in the season. So this was a good I think this was a good way to try to measure exactly where we really were, like how good the Hornets really were coming into this year.
Okay, let's see if we can try to restart our feeds here to see if the NBA.com servers will cooperate with us. So I've got it set to 5143 right now. Is it easy for you two to get that reset?
My time is not synced up with yours as
Yeah,
correct.
I think the mobile time. So I went off the game clock, but I'm with you.
Okay, yeah. If you can get the game clock to 11:52, that would also work.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm going to have to do.
This
so
is much easier on YouTube, by the way. If this game were on YouTube, we would be set. So you tell me, Walker, when you're ready.
No, you're good. I'm ready. I'm ready to go right now.
All right, here we go.
A little late, but it's fine. I'm not going to hold you.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right. I think we're good now. Hopefully we don't get any buffering. We do see Dwayne Bacon out there, so we'll get some Dwayne Bacon action. That would end pretty quickly after this. PJ Washington inside trying to drive and rejected. Jeremy Lamb. Unfortunately, his season cut short by injury, but former Hornet. Let's see if I can position this camera here where it's not as intrusive to the action.
Yeah, this feels like about 3 years ago at this point. I mean, NBA seasons in and of themselves have different stages, and as you're saying earlier, Walker, this was such a good start for this Hornets team that no one expected anything from, and really became one of the more enjoyable surprises, I think, for anyone watching NBA basketball this year. Just how hard they played, how competitive they were. And this was kind of a sneak preview of that, because really, like, Terry Rozier had not found his footing here yet. They were still trying to figure out, obviously, what they had in Devontae Graham and some of their younger guys. So just a really weird feeling to go back and watch this all the way back in November in what could be, the end of the season. I guess we'll get some more basketball eventually. I don't know if the Hornets will be playing, but it's just bizarre to look back and see some of these guys now.
So I am desperately attempting to get this stream to work. Unfortunately, this isn't a surprise, David. I think if anyone has had any experience with NBA League Pass like we have,
League Pass,
this is
not often. Yeah, it's not often you can go into a pseudo off season and still be complaining about League Pass. It's free.
Yeah,
only if you can make it work, Doug.
This is not wanting to cooperate with me at all.
I will say,
in fact, pressing any button doesn't work.
I will say the mobile, I mean, it's zooming along for me, Walker. No,
it is for me as well. Are you at 10, like basically 10:13 right now? Is that where
I'm exactly at 10:13?
Oh, look at us. We can rewatch it. Doug is the odd man out. Excellent timing. So we're watching 70-60 at 10:13 left to go in the third quarter, with the Pacers having a 10-point lead. Excellent stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, the video stream that everyone right now is watching live is based on my feed. So, you guys just tell me what's going on, and eventually I'll get this thing rebooted up and ready to go.
Well, right now they're advertising the Celtics game where Kemba Walker will make his return back to the Charlotte Hornets.
Oh, good. That's fun.
Yeah.
PM. That's the graphic that we have right now.
That was a national game, right? That
so
was
Banks, it seems like they're going
at
and earn.
Dwayne Bacon. I mean, that's the backcourt right now. Bacon and Rozier. A stark contrast, really, when you think about what a big contributor Devontae Graham became for this team.
Well, they had Dwayne Bacon. I guess that was a pick and roll where I think that was PJ that just goes off to the side after setting the initial screen. But what a weird season. What a weird career for Dwayne. I can't get over how his career started and where we are now. Starting his first ever game in the league as a second rounder, because Steve Clifford didn't have Batum at his expense at that point, and his expense, I should say. And there you had Dwayne Bacon coming in, second rounder starting, had the NBA body, eventually would get put to the bench once again, would have stints with the G League, then come in as a guy later on last season, 2 seasons ago, that really performed well. James Borrego coming in right before the season saying, hey, here's somebody that plays up to our level the way we're supposed to, or even beyond. Dwayne Bacon's going to be a big reason for that. That wasn't even close to being the case. I mean, here's somebody that goes down to Greensboro again after us having quite a bit of expectations for him. A weird career, and it's unfortunate because there's been a couple of moments where we had some real promise for him, and man, it's just not there right now.
All right, give me an indication of where
Yeah.
you are on the game clock, and I will attempt to sync one more time. It looks like I've got the stream stabilized here.
We're coming up on 9 minutes right now. So
All right.
9 minutes in the third, just past that.
We're at 9:06, 9:05, and counting with the Pacers having the ball.
Got it. Perfect. We're almost there.
Okay.
You guys are a little ahead of me, but that's okay.
Just a note, TJ Warren, of course, with 21 points in 20 minutes of game action in this one. I was about to ask when they showed him if he went off in this game, and of course he did.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember. Was this? I feel like he always goes off against the Hornets.
You're right about that. I gave him, I think, in the last time they played the Pacers, I think I gave him the Tobias Harris Award. In fact, we should name it the TJ Warren Award. It should be his award now. I think there was one game this year where he had a so-so game, and the other three just destroyed the Hornets. Ridiculous in all the other contests that they played.
Oh, and you'll see it later on in this half. I mean, Warren was completely unstoppable in this game. He took 18 shots, made 15 of them. He finished the game with 33 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and only 2 turnovers. Also, 2 steals go along with that. So, yeah, the Hornets just had no idea what to do with TJ Warren in this game.
This is still when Malcolm Brogdon, by the way, is playing extremely well right out of the gate. He actually would kind of falter as the season would go on. A year removed from a 50, 40, 90 year. Shooting percentages not really anywhere close to that, and it started to fall down. But here, it looked like Malcolm was poised to take that next step up, be a guy that could lead a really good Eastern Conference playoff team. And again, the numbers just started to go down as the season went on.
Oh, and the stream, unfortunately, not cooperating with me here.
That's fantastic.
Unfortunate.
So we just saw Cody Zeller
get rejected. I saw,
discarded.
yeah, I saw Jakar Sampson just do that, and then Brogdon takes it down on the other end. We'll see if it hangs with us one more time.
You mentioned Bacon, Walker. I mean, he's certainly one of the question marks, was even before the stoppage in play, but you also have Dwayne Malik Monk, certainly a question mark there. So, I mean, several roster spots that we just don't know kind of what's going to happen, either from fit or, you assume they're both going to be here. But 2 guys I think that were earmarked to contribute a little bit more so than they did. I mean, Malik came on at times, but you mentioned Bacon, just complete disappearance. We'll see how that plays out here. It's going to be fascinating overall if we do get more basketball this year. Who comes back, how they come back, what kind of shape they're. I mean, there are going to be, I think, huge gaps between some guys that are ready to come back and some guys that have not been doing anything and are not ready to play basketball.
What's so unfortunate with Malik, Doug, are we getting ready for the stream or
the stream is up. I was going to say, speaking of coming back onto the floor is Devontae Graham, who did not start the second half, had not assumed his starting position yet. And, TJ Warren, my goodness. Not coming back are Miles Bridges' ankles after that Warren crossed him up.
Look at young Devontae there.
A little baby Devontae.
So much ahead of him. Just so much ahead of him.
So where are we on time?
I'm about 7:24 right now.
Okay. I can go back 15 seconds and be pretty close to where you are.
This is if you've ever tried to watch something with a friend, this is a lot like, what it is. You're trying to sync up. You're constantly, in the age of streaming, this is what trying to watch something live with someone else really has turned into. A battle
This is how
of
we live now.
Trying to sync it up, and it's paused again, unfortunately. We may have to pause this entire live stream if this is how it's going to go, because I've got, I
no one can see it.
I assumed it was going to cooperate with us, but unfortunately it's not. So why don't we do this? Why don't we take a pause, and we'll try to get this back up and running in some kind of consistent way. If we don't get something today, then we will try to bring this back Friday and do this same game a little bit differently. So thanks for bearing with us. Sorry about the technical difficulties, and we'll try to get something back up as soon as possible. Until then, we will see you, if nothing else, on Monday for a new episode of Locked On Hornets. I'm Doug Branson with Walker Mail and David Walker saying, "Go Hornets, go America. Let's swarm Charlotte."